What is going on, guys? EK1 Gaming here, and today we're bringing you a Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 video. We're going to be showing you the best settings on PC to maximize FPS and also to lower that latency to make sure you've got good connection so those multiplayer games are more enjoyable to play. It's also going to increase the quality of your general performance of your PC as well if you've got things going in the background. Now, if you do find these settings helpful and you want to subscribe, please consider doing so. It really does help out the channel. We're going to be bringing you plenty more Call of Duty videos. This is the first Call of Duty video I think I've done, maybe for years and years, but we are going to get into it. We are going to be breaking down different weapons, different loadouts, and lots of cool stuff. So take care, enjoy the video. Don't forget, if you have any questions, put them in the comment section below. I will answer every single question. So let's get straight into the settings. So first, let's go into the graphics and then display settings. So we're going to go through each one of these settings with you. Display mode, you're going to want that full screen exclusive. We can alt and tab out, we can tab out of this screen easy enough. We don't need to have it borderless, so we don't have full screen borderless. We're going exclusive. We're literally going all out on this one. Many other games we would use borderless, but for this one, definitely go exclusive. Now, your monitor, of course, is going to be the game that your monitor's on. So if your monitor's not on the correct, if your game's not on the correct monitor, should I say, then select the one that is the correct one. So this for me is my monitor. And then your display adapter. So this is going to be your GPU. So you should only have one option if you've got one GPU, as long as you're not using like multiple ones or etc. But pick the one that suits you. Mine is an RTX 3080 Ti. I will say I do have a good GPU, but this is not straining on the GPU or anything really. You can see how much VRAM usage I'm using there. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a 3080 Ti to be able to perform the way my game does. Now, the refresh rate is really important. You're going to want that the maximum your monitor offers. So for me, my monitor is only 165 or 164.847 for FPS or hertz. So basically set that to the highest number, or if an auto is the highest number, you can just press auto as well. Some of you will have like 240, I think 360's out now, so you might have higher, so select the highest one. Your resolution, you shouldn't be able to select anything above, so it doesn't upscale your resolution to anything. It literally should just be your monitor resolution. So 2560 by 1440, because I run a 1440 monitor. If you've got a 1080, go for 1920 1080, etc. So go to the one that's highest for your monitor. Dynamic resolution, you want to turn that off. So basically, the resolution's adjusted dynamically to maintain the target frame rate. So it will go up and down your resolution. It's not going to look good. It's not good for gameplay. Aspect ratio, put that on automatic, but here on a normal screen, I think it's 16.9. If you're using a wide screen, obviously select your wider one if you need to, but automatic should pick up the right one for you. VSync, off. VSync menus, off. Never put that on any game. I don't know why it's even an option, but just keep it off. Custom frame rate limit. So we're going to go custom on this one, and then you'll come to this menu here. So we want gameplay custom frame rate limit. So what during the game, we want that to be as high as possible. So bring it all the way up to 300. The menu one, you don't want it to be that high. You can literally drop the menu down, but if you want to change loadouts and stuff in game, you're still going to want a relatively okay FPS. But honestly, I set it at 100 and it's fine. You can see in my screen now, the top right, it's flicking between 97 and 100 frame rates because we are in the menu. If you put that down to 30, then it's fine. You can put it up to max if you want, but there's no point really. Out of focus custom frame rate limit, put that down at 30. So basically, number of frames per second when the game is out of focus. You don't need that FPS for out of focus stuff, so just put that down to 30. Then we're going to go restart shader optimization. This is if you're finding issues within the game. So say if your game is like stuttering or it's really not playing how it should be, you can restart the shaders. When you log into the game normally, you see a sign up the top here that says downloading shaders or shader quality, and it will download them. This basically just redoes that for you. Display gamma, always go 2.2 if you're using a monitor, 2.2 sRGB. If you have got your PC for some reason linked to an actual TV, you can do 2.4, it will look better, but on a monitor, you definitely want 2.2. Brightness, we are going to change that only up to 55. I think default is around 50, but set it to 55, it just gives you that little bit more visibility. Constrain mouse to game window, we can't because we're going full screen on this one. Focus mode, take that off. So just turn that off. And high dynamic range, or HDR, even if you have a HDR monitor, I would still have it off. I don't think it really goes well with gaming, especially multiplayer gaming. I really put that off all the time. Lucky enough for me, I don't have a HDR, but generally I would have it off anyway. So now let's go into the quality settings. So quality preset, you can put that wherever you want, but we're going to change some of these settings so it will go to custom anyway. So you might as well click custom. Now render resolution. So this is the resolution, the rendering of the resolution. So you want it 100 because that's 100%. So it's going to be rendering and getting that resolution 100% of the time. Now this is a high effect on GPU and VRAM, but again, you can see I'm hardly using any of my VRAM anyway. Upscaling and sharpening. So you want this on Fidelity FX CAS, and then you're going to put that around the 75 mark, or just leave it on the 75 mark. That's going to be perfect. Don't mess around with that much. Just leave it at that. You can use other ones, sort of AMD, if you're struggling or you're not getting what you want from performance, but generally this is going to be the best one. Now, anti-aliasing. So this one, you have two options, Filmic and SMA T2X. Now it's the same thing, but this has got Filmic, but basically just leave it on SMAA T2X. So don't bother going for the Filmic one. You just need this one really, and that's it. Anti-aliasing quality, put that on low. Video memory scale, put that all the way up. You don't want, you know, this using less memory, or, you know, you want that and that's it. So causing, you know, putting lower will cause it to have visual issues, textures loading and stuff like that. So the higher the better, just max it out. So we've now got textures resolution, put that on low. Now this is not really going to make much of a difference because you want the best FPS, you want the best quality of game. For you in multiplayer. Story mode, you can put all these on like great high levels and then the story will look great, but really what we're focusing on is getting those kills and being able to play really well on a high FPS. So texture filter anisotropic, you can leave that on high. So this improves the texture quality of surfaces when viewed at an angle. This is okay, you know, put it on high, it's fine. Nearby level of detail, low. You don't really need a high level of detail of a can on the floor if it's nearby you, you know, just put it on low, you should be fine. Distant level of detail, again, put that on low. It doesn't really matter. The detail of objects does not really matter in this, unless you really are wanting to have a really visual experience. Clutter draw distance, put that on short. Particle quality, I have that on high, so particle effects. Level, low, so particle quality level, low. Bullet impact and sprays, again, this is your choice, this one. So for me, I leave it on. I like the effect of bullets on the wall, and I just don't, I don't know, I just like it. It doesn't really affect anything if you have it on. It's low effect on CPU and GPU. Shader quality, I have that on low. So basically, just the lighting and some of the stuff like that is a little bit low quality, which you don't need. Tessellation, put that off. So you're gonna basically improve your quality and stuff by having that off. Terrain memory. So the memory size for different for distant terrains, put that on max. It's simple. Just have it on max. It will look good and it will play very, very well for performance. On-demand texture streaming, I turn that off. So the game will show local textures only. So basically you don't want it downloading as you play the game. I don't know why that's an option, because it's going to download textures as you're playing. So for me, yeah, it's not really worth it. So leave that off. Stream quality, I'm going to put mine on low. I really don't understand the stream quality. Choose the streaming quality of the world for large maps. I just put it on low. I really don't care. Just have it on low. I've always had it on low on all the games. Volumetric quality, have that on low as well. So you don't care really about lighting and fog and clouds, water, and all that stuff. So you want it on low. Deferred physics quality. The physics of water don't really matter. So click that off. Water caustics, again. Who cares about the water? We're not really in water much. There's not really many maps with water what you utilize. So have that off. Shadow and lighting, so shadow map resolution, put it on low. If you can have this on very low, for me it looked a bit weird on very low. I don't know why. It's only about shadows, but really I have it on low. Normal was okay. Anything above that's going to start affecting sort of, you know, it's going to go into medium, and, you know, it's not going to be great, okay? So honestly, I would literally just have that as low, And then screen space shadows, have them off. You know, it doesn't really matter. You don't really care about shadows that much in game. Spot shadow quality low. Spot cache low. Particle lighting low. This is all just things that we don't really need to see unless, again, you want that visual aspect of the game. Ambient occlusion, have that off. Screen space reflections off. Static reflection quality low. Reflections really don't matter. It doesn't really matter. Weather grid volumes off. And then we're going to go down here for some post-processing effects. So NVIDIA Reflex low latency. I have this on because my GPU and CPU are pretty decent. So I've got a 3080 Ti and then I've got a 5800X AMD CPU. So they're okay. If you've got a bad CPU, well, not a bad, but an older one and a good GPU, which people do because we don't spend money on those CPUs, do on and boost, and it will just boost it up slightly a little bit around the CPU and stuff like that. But for me, I'm happy with that on. Depth of field off. I always do that. Out of focus blur effect, you know, just turn it off. World motion blur, I don't want to be blurred. I don't want it shaking. I don't want anything like that. Off. Weapon motion blur off as well. And then film grain off as well. I don't know why you would want to like add grain to the image here. It's not the best at all. And then go to view. So field of view, always have it maximum. People used to drop it down. I know people that used to have it like down at 100 and stuff. You got that field of view on PC. Let's make the most of it. Let's get 120. When you're playing against console players, you're going to have the upper hand as well. So ADS field of view, have that as affected. So it's affected like this. Weapon field of view, just put it on default. It's fine. Third person field of view. Now this is where I utilize it a lot, and a lot of people have said, hey, he's shooting me through the wall, he's killing me through the wall and stuff like that. I'm not. My field of view is high and I'm just wall peeking.
Oh, this guy wall kill.
And we'll show some footage in the video as well, but we're wall peeking, so we're basically standing behind a wall. Because my field of view is that high, we can actually look around the corner before peeking out. Vehicle field of view, put that on default. And then first person camera movement, least 50. So you don't want any shake movement, you want at least 50. Third person, at least 50. And then third person ADS transition, just have it as ADS. So it's going to be third person. So unless you want to have, every time you go into ADS, you have it in first person, I'd keep that as a third person. And then spectator cam, helmet cam, or whatever you like. That's completely up to you. Now, I do have a couple of keybinds on mine for my mouse, but that's definitely up to you, so I'm not going to go through those binds. But if you are looking forward to more Call of Duty videos and you do want to help support, please consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the like button. If you have any questions at all, put them in the comment section below. Take care, everybody. Hopefully I'll see you out on the field playing multiplayer, and if you do see me, don't forget to say hello. I will engage and add everyone, and we're probably going to put a clan together at some point as well, so just let me know if you'd be interested. Take care, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the next video.